Homer, get down here. Your vote for president has never been more important.
That's today? So vague.
You slept all day? You didn't vote?
Hey, how bad could it be?
What?
Seriously? Come on, man.
You owe me a new pair of glasses. Oh, that's what I get for voting for
President? That's a stumper. Can I write in Judge Judy?
You're hesitating over president? Dad, by all that's decent, how could you forget everything that's happened the last 4 years?
Not sure what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Well, that one was just funny. That was bad. That was worse. Someone made that up. Yikes. I gotta do something. So vague.
We have faith in our leaders.
You owe me a
We're
new pair of
optimistic
glasses.
as to what becomes of it all.
President?
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism. There are no limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
Our nation. There is a signal broadcast every second of every day through our television sets. Even when the set is turned off, the brain receives the input and programs.
Having trouble getting here?
No, we made it fine.
Good.
The box in every home in America, and one day the world.
In local news, Edward Nygma's 3D box has become the rage of Gotham. Rioting occurred last night at electronic stores which were sold out. There's hardly a home without the Nygma Tech box. Critics have claimed the box turns Gothamites into zombies, but Edward Nygma just shrugs. That's what they said when TV was...
The greatest battle in the history of humanity is happening right now. Don't sit on the sidelines. Take action now. The fight starts at Infowars.com.
Dr. Steve Pieczenik is on with me. I have no doubt that Donald Trump won this election in a landslide, the likes of which we'll never really know the final numbers. I think he probably even broke Barack Obama's record in the popular vote, but we'll never know with all the votes that got flipped by the machines, all the Trump ballots that were burned, all the fake Biden ballots and everything.
What? Are you serious? What? Let me get a cup of coffee. What? There's an asteroid coming tomorrow. What? Get onto my Patreon right now. I can't tell you what's coming after that, guys. Are you serious? What?
But Dr. Steve Pieczenik, as we're in the middle of this, the election's over. We're now in the stealing process of the election. What are you seeing? What's going through your mind as you're witnessing this gigantic hoax?
Number one, it's not a hoax. What's happening now, and the reason I couldn't come on the Alex Jones show last night was I was not given the permission that I needed to in order to say what I'm about to say now. I do not work for the federal government. I'm not paid by them. Let me just say again what I said in 2016. There are honorable members of our intelligence, military, and civilian community in the government who understood exactly how corrupt Biden and the Democratic machinery is, was, and will be. This is really a sting operation. Contrary to what everybody else said, Trump knew this was happening. Eric knew this was happening and warned the public. I knew this was happening. However, I could not say anything about it. What happened was we watermarked every ballot with what's called the QFS blockchain encryption code. In other words, we know pretty well where every ballot is, where it went, and who has it. So this is not a stolen election. On the contrary, we reversed the entire game of war along the lines of Sun Tzu, the art of war. And Trump was brilliant and still is brilliant at it. The reason he hasn't been seen, and Alex correctly said, I haven't seen him in several days. Well, in the art of the war, you pull back, allow your enemy to make all the mistakes that they are making, manipulate the situation, expose them, and then come in for the final killing. And that's what's happening now. None of this was unexpected. All of this was expected. All of this is part of the sting operation we're running. And let me tell you that 48 hours ago, not only did we put markers on those ballots, but I can say now, with the permission of people in the intelligence community and elsewhere, that we have sent out thousands and thousands of National Guards to 12 different states, Washington, Delaware, Texas, Arizona, Alabama, and everywhere. So now you have to consider and rethink what this is really about. The genius of Trump is that he is able to pull back at any point and manipulate the opponent without the opponent ever realizing. He has said repeatedly, hashtag steal the vote. That's exactly what he has said for months. Then he made a very clear implication. He said, I will use common sense or my intelligence, i.e. both literal and figurative intelligence. And those of us in the intelligence community, be it who they are, again, what I said in 2016, when we exposed Hillary Clinton, we now exposed, and it was Trump who initiated this, Biden family. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden, Frank, the whole family was played right into a game where they were convicted, and you're seeing what's happening now. What was not announced was that we watermarked all the ballots with what I said, QFS blockchain, which is a very hard encryption code to break. And the second thing is we sent probably 20,000 or more National Guards 48 hours ago. None of it was reported, and I thank the press for not reporting it and others. So what in fact is happening is you're seeing a sophisticated sting operation that was initiated by Trump. I'm just a lowly peasant in this game, and honestly, I was informed that I could say something about it today, only last night. That's why I could not come on.
Well,
This is the reverse of what you guys have been thinking. It's not a civil war. We have not been surprised in any way. This has been a setup by Trump for a long, long time. In the same way that we knew about Hillary Clinton, I warned about the coup that we would do a counter coup, and this is our counter coup again against the Bidens. And that's exactly what we expected. The corruption in the mail, the corruption of USPS, corruption with the Democrats, everywhere and anywhere. There was no surprise here. And that's why we deployed National Guard soldiers to 12 different states. Nothing was said about it.
Steve, you've just broken certainly perhaps the biggest news since the election here on this show. I have to play this out logically in my head.
That's why I go on your show to basically, I keep.
Well, I love you, Steve. I'd kiss you on the lips right now if it wasn't digitally.
Yeah.
But
there's too many people watching us.
We're open like that. We're tolerant. But Steve, following your logic here, I mean, are arrests inevitably coming down the road?
Yeah. They're coming not just down the road, they're being implemented. What you saw Corey Wendowski and Pam Biondi saying when they were in Clay County and as well in Philadelphia, that was not just a threat. That was exactly what's going to happen. People will be arrested as of tonight, tomorrow, and it will go on for quite a while.
has officially begun. Friday's jobs report was encouraging, to say the absolute least. Hello, everyone. The transition to greatness has officially begun.
Use the expression transition to greatness. We're going to have for the tallest summit and set our sights on the brightest star. For the tallest summit and set our sights on the brightest star. I am asking you to choose greatness. I use the expression transition to greatness. I use the expression transition to greatness. We're going into transition, and I call it transition to greatness. It's going to be transition to greatness. Look, we're going to have a very interesting transition period.
The transition to greatness has officially begun.
I use the expression transition to greatness. We're going to have a really good third quarter, but it's a transition to greatness.
In 2001, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental United States. The operation was called Dark Winter.
Without better planning, 2020 could be the darkest winter in modern history.
We're about to go into a dark winter. A dark winter.
Have a dark winter at all, which we didn't at the beginning.
Darkness is coming. This could just be the beginning.
Beginning of what?
All-out war.
One day, Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning? My prophetic word to you this morning is get ready, get